back to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy. On this channel, we do DIYs with signs, and there's always tons of laughter. Today, I cannot wait to show you my Pinterest-inspired DIYs. I also want to thank Fezibo for sponsoring a portion of today's video. And with that said, let's go ahead and get right into the video.
So this is our first inspiration, and this is Haley B Designs, and I see her work all over Pinterest and knew I wanted to try and recreate something. So here's our first piece of wood. I'm going to try my hardest to start putting the measurements on the screen. So take a screenshot, write it down, because I suck at putting in the description box. All right, so we are taking Truffle by Waverly, and I'm going to paint the front and all of the sides. We will paint the back later once we do our second coat. I am then going to grab a candle. This is just a candle from Dollar Tree. Use any candle you want. And I am going to start rubbing it on the surface of our wood piece. I like this way of distressing because I feel like it really allows you to have control over where you're distressing and how much you're distressing. So I am not putting a lot of wax. The more distress you're going to get. After that, I'm going to paint this in Plaster by Waverly, and you could see now we're going to paint the back of it, then we paint the front of it. I'm going to grab some shipping tape. You could also use duct tape, but that might pull off more than you want. And you're going to lay the shipping tape on top, rub it down, and then you're going to pull it up. Now, anywhere that wax was, your white paint should come up with it because it created a barrier between the two layers. And this gave me just the most perfect amount of distressing that I was looking for. Now I'm going to take these angel wings that I cut from my Cricut. I just used scrapbook paper. I will leave the Google link that I found like these exact wings in the description box. I'm just taking a light coat of Mod Podge and applying it to the back. This scrapbook paper did come from Hobby Lobby. It is a Christmas one. And then after that, we are going to flip this second one around. I'm going to smooth that out. And you guys, I thought, how perfect would this be if you had like a letter from your grandma or your mom? Make a copy of it and then cut out the angel wings and use it in this way. And what a beautiful gift it would make, or just something for you to have special that could come out during the holidays or shoot all year long. So I'm putting a thin amount of Mod Podge over the top as well. You could also use polyacrylic for this. And after that dries, I'm going to grab my gold Arteza puff pin. You could even use a different color and just paint it gold, or whatever color combo you would like to do. And you're just going to draw that in, and you can seal it with clear matte by Rust-Oleum. And you guys, this came out so gorgeous, and it was so simple to make. And especially if you're someone that does like craft fairs or have a booth, you can make so many of these in not a lot of amount of time. I love it. Let me know what you think and if you're going to be making one of these this holiday season. So my friends, this is Fezibo.com. They are a smart life lifestyle brand that focus on designing ergonomic workstations and chairs. They promote healthy living through innovative solutions for everyone, which hopefully is you. They have an amazing selection of all different kinds of desks. They are electronic desks that move up and down, which is absolutely amazing. This is the one I chose, and I chose it because of one, the functionality, and two, the organization. So you can actually build your own desk. You can choose between fabric or wood drawers. You can do different desktop colors, sizes. You could even choose the color of your base, which is awesome. And we got ours, and I was capable of putting it together, but why would I do that when my husband's here, So he put this together very easily, and it came with instructions. It also came with all of the tools that you would need in order to put it together. I really liked that the top and the bottom of the desk came in different boxes, which made it easier to like organize to put together. And y'all, check out how beautiful this desk is. I am totally digging the wood color. I love the 4 drawers because it really helps me organize. Like I could do all my sketchbooks in the bottom, and then I could put all my Cricut tools on the top for when I am doing my wood signs, weeding vinyl out. It's just very functional for my needs. And as you can see right here, this is the electronic feature of the desk. You can move it up and down. And y'all, this thing moves so smoothly that this freestanding wood sign did not shake. It did not topple over, nothing. And I love that I have the option of sitting down at my workspace to design images on Canva or Cricut. And then when I'm ready to move on from designing, I could shut everything down and then I can move up my desk. 380 is my sweet spot on here. And I could start working on my wood signs. So you guys, please make sure to look at all the links down in the description box. I will have a unique code, UNICORNDUSTdesigns, for an additional 5% off their Black Friday sale, which is happening now through the end of this month. Thank you, Fezibo, for sponsoring a portion of today's video. Now, I don't know the original creator of these. It almost looks like some of the churches that Haley B does, but I could totally be wrong, but I was inspired nonetheless. So, of course, I forgot to measure this piece of wood, but I'm taking Celery by Waverly, painting the front, the back, the sides. Y'all know the jam. Now I'm going to take the Antique Wax by Waverly in a stencil brush. I'm going to hit all of the edges, and then I am going to go over any of the parts of the raw wood that are still showing. I am trying to get an older, distressed look. Then I will take a paper towel and I'll wipe all that excess wax off. And you could already see how this is coming to life for me. Now we're going to grab that chippy paint stamp that I used in last week's video, or this week's video, and then I'm going to use that stone gray and I'm going to put it around the edges. I love this layering technique. I'm so glad I learned it, and you'll see more of it once you see the final product. Now, I'm taking a basic lead pencil. I'm going to sketch out, you guys, I am no Bob Ross, but I'm going to try to explain this as best as I can. So we're going to sketch out a long rectangle. Then we're going to do a really short pitch on top of our rectangle. Now I'm going to go on to the second level. And again, we are making another rectangular shape, leaving the other side of the rectangle off. I told you I'm not Bob Ross here. And then we are doing another very low pitch on top of this. Now, you guys, if it involves a ruler, most likely I wouldn't be doing this. So this is all freehand. If it's crooked, it's crooked. No big deal, okay? Now we just put a little triangle on top of that. Then I'm going to grab my white paint and a synthetic brush. I am going to try and just stay inside the lines. If you smear that lead pencil, it's totally fine because we're going to go back to that lead pencil later. So I'm just trying to stay as close as I can inside. But if you go outside, it's totally fine. I apologize if I keep repeating myself. I have a super scratchy throat and I have to keep on stopping and starting again. So my apologies. So, like I was saying, you don't have to be perfect. This is a hand-painted sign, and I think it turns out wonderful either way. Now that I'm done painting the entire thing, I'm going to go over to the pitches of the church and I'm going to give them a little bit more definition. Now, you could leave it like this and it'll look beautiful, but I'm going to go back over everything with my lead pencil once again. And you guys, this is like a standard lead pencil. I don't have like art pencils, or I don't even know if they're called art pencils. But anyways, I'm going to draw back over that, and then I just rub my finger over the lead pencil markings. I think this creates a shadow. It gives the church more definition. But like I said, you do you. If you liked it just white, leave it just white. And I'm going to follow that all the way up the church and outline all of the pieces once again. Now we're going to go back to the front and we're going to make another long rectangular shape. And then will put a line down the middle for our door. Now you can make this like an arch door. This is just the easiest door that you can probably do. So that's why I went for it. And again, I just smear it with my finger. Now we're going to do a cross at the top, or you could do a window. Do you, okay? Then I drew a little circle just as a guide. I'm going to take the butt end of my paintbrush, and that's Celery by Waverly, and I am going to dab on this paint color. I'm going to follow that all the way around this circle, trying to cover any of my pencil marks. Then I take Crimson by Waverly, and I put a few of those in here just to kind of make it look a little Christmassy. I spray it with some Clear Matte by Rust-Oleum, and I'm done. Does this look like absolutely perfect? No, it doesn't. It's definitely crooked, but that's okay. It was done by hand. I personally think it looks gorgeous. I love the way that it came out, and do you see that like chippy paint on the right side? I like it. So hopefully it inspires you to try out some hand painting yourself.
Enjoying this Pinterest inspired video, I wanted to share that I am participating in Duping Through the Holidays. The DIY Struggle Brandy hosts this every year, and I was so excited to get in on this fun. There is a giveaway. I'm going to share more information about that later, but just know there's going to be a question in each creator's video that you have to answer in order to enter the giveaway. Again, I will tell you more about that later in the video, and I hope you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure to like and make sure to comment, because it lets YouTube know that you're enjoying me, and they will share it with other people. And y'all know the drill. If you're digging me, if you're digging the DIYs, if you are digging the channel, then make sure that you like and subscribe. And I feel like I already said that, but you guys, let's go ahead and just get back into these DIYs.
Y'all know I had to put some IOD molds in this video. So I saw this beauty, and I don't have those molds, but I do have the holly molds, and I have yet to use them for the holiday season. So I'm using my amazing resin. You guys, I'm like addicted to this stuff now. I don't know if I'll ever go back to air dry clay. And it is just a 50-50 ratio. You stir it for 40 seconds, and then you start pouring it in your molds. This dries within 5 minutes, and I've learned so much from you guys in the comments. So, I mean, if you see something I'm doing and you know that like there's an easier, better way to do it, leave it in the comments, because I do read them, and I appreciate all of your guys' feedback and constructive criticism. So after this is the box I use. You could get it at Hobby Lobby, and then they sell it on Amazon. It's in my link, but it's $4 more. Look at this, you guys. It does turn white, so it does not dry clear, but it dries so fast. And I've learned that from you guys, that if you pop them out when they are like almost to the point of like being all the way cured, you can still like bend these and mold them to curved surfaces. So thank you all for that information. So those were just extra ones that I made because I did too much resin. This holly piece is what we are going to use. Oh my gosh, so much detail. And we are going to use this scrap piece of wood. I'm going to apply our holly on with some tight blonde wood glue, and then I'm going to put some hot glue on there so we can get an immediate hold and we can keep working through our project. And oh my gosh, you guys, I think this one's my favorite. Y'all let me know which one you like the most in the comments. So now I'm taking Plaster by Waverly and a brand new chip brush. Please tell me why I did that, because all it kept doing was getting bristles everywhere. But we need the chip brush. I like using it for molds because it gets in all of those details. Now here you go. Take a screenshot. Of course, I had already lost my measuring tape, and it was the same day, couple hours. I don't know. Okay, so after this, I'm going to take this family stencil that I cut for my Cricut. I'm using my Aura Mask A13 stencil vinyl that's in my Amazon store link down in the description box. We are going to line this up. Now, y'all, I tried the Frisco transfer tape. that you guys have recommended in the past. I finally bought some, and I like it. Will I fully switch from my vinyl use? No way, Jose. Like, no way. This is nice, but it was too sticky for my taste. Now I'm going to take ink by Waverly and my Dollar Tree stencil brush, and I'm going to go ahead and stipple that on there. I only have to do one coat. We are going to allow that to dry, and then we will take that off, and let me tell you, not one bleed. Bam. All right, so now we're going to take that clear wax by DIY, and I'm going to put that all over the mold and then all over the sign. Some people have asked if you still have to clear the sign with anything afterwards. No, your wax is your sealer. So after I put the clear wax on everything, you guys know I had to do the dark wax on this mold. So taking a stencil brush from Dollar Tree, I am pouncing that in there. I'm getting it in all of those beautiful details as much as I could. And and now I'm going to take it and put it all over the sign. Now remember, I did the clear wax first, so this is going to make it a lot more movable for us. Now look at this. I take that paper towel, start rubbing all that excess off, and look at that mold come to life. Oh my word, it'll never get old, you guys. It will never get old how stunning these are, especially when you're using like different color waxes and then you see all of those beautiful details pop out at you. Can't get enough of it, and I can't get enough of this gold wax. What would this have been without this gold wax? So I start rubbing it on top of this holly, and oh my gosh, it is just so beautiful. I cannot wait to put this up in the living room this season. And then I go ahead and I just take it, I put it around, and then I just put the lightest coat all over the sign to bring all of the shimmer together. And look at how gorgeous this is. And it goes with all of the decor that like I've made in the past with like the prairie gray, the dark green, the golds. Oh, you are stunning. And you guys know all of my IOD links are down in the description box where I get them. Now on to the duping through the holidays. So you have 4 chances to win an Amazon electronic gift card up to $60. You have until November 30th to enter these giveaways. The playlist is going to be linked down in the description box for you. And there are a ton of other creators where you could go to their channels and enter as well. However, you have to answer the question that's in their video to be eligible to win. You will get a comment on your comment from the DIY struggle if you have won, not Telegram. My question, when you go to the grocery store, do you bag your produce or don't bag? Put bag or don't bag. That's all I need to know. Okay, now we are going to take some sheet music that I got from Google, and I will leave that link in the description box. I crumbled it up. Then I took a hot tea bag, and I'm going to rub that all over my sheet music in a cookie pan. I preferred this method over coffee because I felt like it used a lot less liquid, and I liked how the color came out as well. So after I'm done doing that, I'm going to take a paper towel. I'm going to dab off, yep, cheers, might as well drink that tea. I'm going to dab that excess liquid off. Then I'm going to set my stove to 195 and put it in for 6 minutes. But you do you. Practice caution when doing this. Everybody's stove is different. You could also use a heat gun or let it air dry. The choice is yours, but this does speed up the process. Now that we're done with that, here is the measurement for this sign. This was a random scrap piece of wood, so this measurement's all over the place. Now we're going to paint the entire thing with ink by Waverly, the front, the back, the sides. If you guys hear the baby crying, I apologize, but we have a whole family that's not feeling well this week, so it is what it is. And now taking antique wax by Waverly as well, and I didn't like how bright the raw wood looked under the black, and like it just didn't, it wasn't, nah. So I took the wax and put that there so it darkened everything up. Now I'm tearing the edges off of this sheet music. You could also do this step while it's wet, but I found it was just as easy dry. Now I'm going to take some Mod Podge, and you're going to do a pretty healthy coat on the back. You want to make sure none of those edges come up on you. And then I'm going to smooth it out, but I'm loving all of the wrinkles. So I'm not trying to entirely like smooth it out. I want to keep the old look here. Now I got Mod Podge happy, you guys. I put way too much Mod Podge on here, and this is why I prefer, if I can, use polyacrylic, because if you put too much Mod Podge on, it dries white, and that's exactly what happened. You'll notice in the top right and like the left, it looks white. So I grabbed a sanding block and I sanded those edges, and then I sanded over the sheet music, and it gave it an even better distressed look. So everything happens for a reason, right? Now I'm going to take this decal. I've actually had this in my cabinet forever, and I was like, well, I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to make this work. So taking that Frisco transfer tape once again, I am moving this over, and I see how I was like trying to move it. It was already stuck. So that's what it's good transfer tape, but I don't like that, like there's no leeway with it. And with my Transfer Ease one that I always use, that cloudy looking one, you can like pick up the image and like reposition it a couple times. So I'll stick with that one, but this one is good and it's kind of inexpensive. Now I'm taking that Holy Night, putting that on there, and then we are done, you guys. And this turned out so beautiful. It's an easy way to bring some holiday spirit into your home, and you can do this with all different things. If your family has sheet music that they've used in the past, or music that somebody's written for you, I think it's a great way to put it on display. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for spending your time with me. Make sure to check out the playlist link in the description box for duping for the holidays. And thank you once again to Fezibo for sponsoring a portion of today's video.
You're blocking the whole thing. Come here. Come here. You're ruining it. Maybe if you were sitting at the desk, that would be really cool. No. They don't want you in their promo. They don't want you. You're not a part of the collaboration. No, I have lipstick on. Get away.